see, the one thing I've not done in my life is to live in deception. In 2013, I was in Parliament. Mr. Museveni or his residence called State House came to request for a supplementary budget. I think they needed more than 34 billion shilling. He also needed another about 18 billion under President's office. And that time, he was on poverty alleviation, peace and development tours. Dr. Waiga did a calculation because they had given the numbers involved in those tours like Moses has listed. For every single tour that the president made, we needed, for every day we needed 2.4 billion shilling. Every day? Every day.
To sustain him?
Tour. I think Dr. Waiga was more detailed because there was a minority report to the report of a parliamentary committee on budget. And he said, you see, look, the president has been in Busoga where...
You're talking about Dr. Lulume?
Yes.
Baiga.
Said he's been in Busoga where he carried 150 million shilling, but he needed 2.4 billion to take him there. He was also asking that they are going to meet district delegations. And the calculations of the money that was involved for every district delegation he made at State House, we are spending 560 million shilling. So when you see a district checking in, you know 560 million shilling has been spent. Just this year, I think around May, they came to Parliament requesting that the president needed a supplementary budget of 17 billion, which he will use in 3 months for these tours. Some time back, I wrote about the intervention of NADS and wealth creation. And even if you didn't go to school, the amount of money, because we are spending 440 billion, 440, sometimes more on NADS. Even if we didn't grow and we were just using that money to buy, we would still have a surplus.
You guessed right. Yes, I am sad. Yes, I am disgusted. And yes, I am disturbed. When I was watching this video, a lot of things kept running in my mind, asking myself, how best should I bring out the message to connect with you? How best should I bring out the message for a Ugandan out there who feels that a situation like this is safe enough for the future generation of our country? Should I talk about corruption? You already know. These people are stealing so much from you. Should I talk about the atrocities happening in the country? You already know. There are a lot of crimes happening in the country, instigated by the same people, same officers who are supposed to be protecting us. So, how best did I have to bring out the message? I had to remind you that no matter how much you choose to distance yourself from events like this, no matter how many countries you will run to, you will always be a Ugandan. Don't you feel embarrassed, disgusted, that in future your child will ask you, Father, Mother, what did you do when our country was left to the dogs? When our country was left to the greedy people? What will you say?
Afulumye wabweru w'akakiiko ng'agenda bwe yeewaana nti abawadde essomo n'abategeeza nti baba omulope wa pulezidenti bamulope ng'ekyo kitabamalire bagende wa paapa oba ewa Katonda.
Bano bye balikoze sibitegeera. Bagende wa pulezidenti oba bagende wa paapa oba bagende mu ggwe wa Katonda.
Now, because you do not have the answer to that, I am here to give you these answers. But the way to do that is to remind you that even though when President Museveni many years ago was forcing himself into power, you might feel like he is the only one who lost something together with his small group of army men. No, he didn't. Because you and me, we lost something. If you lost your mother, I lost my father. And if I lost my father, you lost your grandfather. If you lost your grandmother, I lost my children.
This country sacrificed blood just to bring down that medallion is symbolic, but we took a lot in terms of human lives to bring that medallion down. This is the second time we're bringing it down. And we hope that from now on, we'll have a better Uganda.
So it does not matter how many times they will say to you that they lost eyes, that they lost properties, that they lost army men.
If I use the example of our president, he says that means the people are free.
Thank you.
And that freedom is what we fought for.
General. And that is the one thing that people don't want to hear,
now,
because they think you've failed to move on from 86.
That we fought for freedom.
Thank you for speaking.
Can go to hell.
Thank you for
those
speaking.
Who say we should not say that. I allow them to go to where they are supposed to be, because God knows that the sacrifice is for what? For the future.
Thank you, General.
What they are doing, yes, and what they are doing
thank you very much.
is not for now. No, what you do now is
yes.
for the future. I want this put on record for the young generation, for the patriotic people.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are lots of scars out there that will never be accounted for, simply because many of our people lost their lives.
In a field near Namalongi, the proof of the old era lies scattered in the brush. So far, the villagers say they've counted 7,008.
Don't you get angry that back in the days when these people were approaching Kampala, were approaching Luwero, your father, your grandfather left their villages, left their farms, left their animals, left their beautiful gardens, their homes, their peace at a time, their comfort, only for army men to take over. Because as they were running, these people were taking their animals.
No chances. Why are they leaving Masaka?
They have told us to leave the place.
Are a lot of people scared?
Yes, most people are scared.
In the city itself, the last few were packing what they could.
So yes, you lost something. Don't you get angry that people like Chiwanda, who have spent so much money in garbage events like Miss Kavi, nebamaliriza nga nabo babiddemu ssente?
Omusobozi w'emmotoka mu Kampala Amedu Kamanzi akukulumidde abateeka empaka z'obubina eza Miss Kavi Uganda 2019 oluvannyuma lw'okugyayo emmotoka ye mu kibanda ekisangibwa mu Ndeeba ne bagirimbisa nga bwe yali egenda okuweebwa n'awangula empaka ezo.
Bo baakuba bulango bwabwe ne bayisaawo ekyabwe naye nga emmotoka tebagisasulibwadde.
Agajjako
nga lwe bakutte batuweereza kimu minisita Kiwanda agenda kukola kyagenda kutuwa ssente then tubakiriyalinge. Netumalawo akabanga olwamala minisita Kiwanda ne tumufuna ne twogera naye. Ye yatugamba kimu, ebyo ye yabimala, takyalina kye yeetaaga.
End up to intimidate you with statements of blood simply because you are asking for change of guards.
Okusalawo tugenda okusalawo mu 2021 bannayuganda tetukusalangawo kubanga okusalawo kuno kwakusalawo tusigale mu mirembe gye tubadde nakyo oba tugende mu kuyiwa omusaayi.
Really, man? Don't you get angry? Don't you get angry that in times when you are supposed to be developing yourself, the government that is supposed to help you is actually putting you down? Ladies and gentlemen, we did our research. We talked to the Museveni back in the days who made these statements.
Because the politics of the past have been politics about intrigue, about subterfuge. This has been the politics of the past. So now this politics has not concerned the population. It has been about job seeking on the part of the politicians. But now we are going to talk, for the first time we are going to talk about the population, their life, their political rights, their economic interests. That will be the center of gravity of what we are doing.
We made him meet with them 70 right now.
Do you wake up sometimes and feel, you know what, this is too much for me. This is too much. You don't feel appreciated enough.
It doesn't matter because I'm not working for. I'm working for myself. I'm not working for other people. I'm working for my grandchildren, for my children.
The Museveni back in the days got disappointed with the Museveni that we have right now, and they ended up fighting. They beat each other so bad that they started bleeding because this Museveni was a disgust to the future generation of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't believe today that even though they are trying to show you that they are the only people entitled to have a say in our country, you are a Ugandan accountable to what is happening in the country. So distance yourself. Choose to run away. Choose to ignore. But Uganda is yours. Don't you get angry that Bajenda is out? A human being who is supposed to be arrested. Don't you get angry that General Kale Kayihura is out of jail, but the people who he instigated crimes with are inside of jail? My Muslim brothers and sisters, don't you get angry that they have arrested so many of your children? Even though ngabali innocent, nene musigaranga mutudde mu comfort zone, don't you get angry? So how hungry are you to change this? Because I'm reminding you, okwatandaga muntu n'ogizabuza mwali, it will never help you. I am reminding you to listen to me and not choose to act on it. It will never help you. We need numbers to act. So muveeyo yonna gye muli. Bw'oba oliwa, start spreading the gospel of change. Okulonda bwe kuba tukutuuse, we come out in big numbers. Bwe tulonda ate tusigalewo. We need to come out to stand up in big numbers. Abangi tebabbibwa, bwe babbibwa bamanya. And guess what? People can react to that. Every time when people like me or you choose to talk about the issues happening in the country, choose to talk about the corruption, choose to talk about the torture, they always say, we are funded by outsiders to talk about these atrocities. Now my question for you, a Ugandan listening to me, do you need to be funded to differentiate a right from wrong? Do you need to be funded to know that they are stealing from you? Do you need to be funded to know that our hospitals are lacking medicine? Do you? So assure them by spreading the gospel, by spreading messages like this. Assure them by coming out in big numbers. Make them know that you are thinking for yourselves. Most importantly, remind them that you are not funded to share messages like this.